lost faith throughout my high school years.
I didn't believe in God at all, and I didn't have any faith at all.
It was important for me to go on the pilgrimage because if you're in high school and you're celebrating Mass, you kind of get judged by people if you're singing or if you're participating in Mass, because people will just look at you differently, like, oh, well, why is she singing or why is she participating in Mass?
I got all the sacraments just like I was supposed to, but for me it didn't really mean anything. I just did it because that's what my parents wanted.
My confirmation experience at my parish wasn't all that I really hoped it would be. It wasn't very involved. It wasn't very spiritual. I didn't really feel like, as the sacrament is supposed to do, like be touched by the Holy Spirit.
Hello, I'm Sister Ann Bremer, and I work for Franciscan Pilgrimage Programs. I'm here today to tell you about Franciscan Pilgrimage Programs and its effect on high school students. We have been involved with high school pilgrimages for several years, and St. Thomas More High School in St. Francis in the area of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, has gone on pilgrimage for two experiences now. Today we have the students that have been on pilgrimage with us, and they're here to tell their story instead of letting me tell their story.
But more importantly, we looked deeper into ourselves and tried to figure out, different things that were going on in our lives. And going to Italy was, an opportunity for me to come to terms with a few issues I had in my life.
At the end of every night, we would have reflections and we would talk, and a lot of us connected there. We talked about things you never thought other people were going through, and we really connected.
And it was the very first church that we had gone into, and Father Mike and Sister Ann were talking about how St. Francis was kind of a troubled child when he was a teenager, and that he had to work and he had life-changing experiences to become this great person that he was. And for me, I've overcome a lot of different obstacles, and just knowing that, holiness doesn't come overnight, and that you have to work towards what you want, and you have to work towards being a good person.
Well, I'm very fortunate to work with young people and high school people, and so many times they're looking for God. In all my years of working with young people, I've never seen them find God the way they do on the pilgrimage, through each other, through rituals, through the journeys of St. Francis and St. Clare. And that's extremely empowering to watch a young person find God sometimes for the very first time in their life.
Because we're all meshed into this one group, and we have to basically get to know everyone from start, or just, better.
Have you had an experience since you've come back from pilgrimage where now you look at people differently in a more positive way from having had the experience?
I actually had time to think about how I treated other people, most importantly my sister. We never really had a good relationship going, and it just gave me time to see what kind of person I was to her and how I treated her so differently from anyone else in my family. And I got a chance to really look deep and find out that it wasn't her that I disliked, it was myself, because I saw so much of myself in her. And that moment just really brought me closer to her, even though she wasn't there.
I think one of the most enjoyable parts was just us being able to relax and hang out with, all our new groups, and just having a chance to reflect on everything.
What I got out of it was so much more than that. We got there and all the religious aspects started to take place, and everyone I know was kind of went there looking for something, or had a question, or wanted a stronger faith, or to build their faith more.
Is you get what you put into it, so whatever you do, do it 110%. If you're mad about having to walk a mile and a half to go somewhere, suck it up and do it, because
Like, everybody got something truly out of that. And I know all these people, like, I went to school with them and I didn't always talk to them or anything, but now I think just because we all shared in such a wonderful experience, we all have something to relate to, we really grew closer together.
It says, you're all in this together. You know, it's not just in this, but in life. Everyone's going, you know, trying to get to different places, but you're all on a journey to somewhere, and it's important to recognize that people are there to help you and are there to listen and talk to you.
If you like let everything go, you're gonna feel so much better. I mean, coming on like the trip, I didn't have like a lot of close friends here. I mean, I had some pretty good friends, and it felt so much better to just like be able to talk to them like one-on-one. And when we were doing the like St. Clair walking back, I actually bonded with Holton's mom. And like, I mean, I shared stuff that I didn't even like share with my best friend, and like, it's just like, wow, like if I could have that kind of relationship with my own mom, like that would be so awesome. So now I'm actually working on that, and life's gotten a lot better.
Everyone, because I mean, like the first night we were all there, we were all in our own little rooms. Sister Ann probably came in once to tell us to be quiet. That's about it. But by the last night in Rome, we had, well, at least in our room, we had all the girls in our room. I mean, we couldn't really have the guys with us, but I'm sure if we could, we would all be out there. But and then one of the last nights too, all of us, we were just sitting out there with Holton, having some celebratory moments, and there we were just watching. I mean, we were doing pretty. Most people would think they were just kind of boring things, but we were sitting there just outside and just talking and laughing and having fun with each other. And I mean, you only get that if you're going to open up to everyone.
We got to actually sit in the sanctuary where St. Francis, you know, worked with the lepers, and it was a different experience because you actually got to look at Assisi from a different angle. So it was very symbolic, you know, for also looking at your life and taking yourself out of the place that you normally are and putting yourself in a different place and actually looking at how you live your life.
In my own personal witness with the kids, you know, watching them mature, and in high school there's so many challenges, so many different avenues that they can go to, and the fact that they're willing to speak about their faith and wanting to talk about their faith, and that's just something that's not popular in our culture at all anymore. Right there just shows how much that's changed their life. And it's not this, you know, I'm excited about God for a week thing. I'm excited about God forever.
Number one, top of all the list of the entire trip was the Kartree. Taking the taxis up this huge mountain in Assisi with taxi drivers who we think are going to kill us because they're driving so crazily. This mountain is just filled with trees everywhere, and it's not like a normal mountain that you'd usually think of. And once we got up there and we walked up the path, and then we were all able to go to our own little area and just kind of sit and pray and think about different things and
What you think. Like, I went into the trip thinking, like, oh, I'm just gonna have fun, like Jess said earlier, just gonna have some fun with my friends in a different country, see a different culture, but really it's life-changing. The experiences you have, the friendships you make or reconcile is way worth it in the end, without a doubt. It changed my life forever, for sure.
Because this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and it's going to change your life, so it's definitely worth whatever it takes to get the money to go.
A vacation, you go and you watch and you observe. A pilgrimage, you partake and you are part of.
Amazing.
It's a journey.
Describable.
It's energizing.
Self-reconciled.
It was unforgettable. Delicious.
Beautiful. Breathtaking.
Gelato.
Overwhelming, but in the best way possible.
The best experience of my life.
Just one more step towards your destination.
Wow.